Welcome to Herf Zone Live. I'm here every Tuesday to bring you the best content weekly. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube, search for Team Shirtless Mike, and follow on Facebook at Shirtless Mike. You can reach out to me on Instagram at Shirtless Mike 2020, see what goes on in my life, and hopefully I can see what goes on in yours. Herf Zone Live is expanding. Get your product in front of hundreds of viewers every single week. Let me advertise your cigar or product to my audience. DM me. Let's exchange information and get you a part of the Team Shirtless Mike team. What is going on, everybody? I see we got some people. Okay, that was my bad. Okay, so I see we got some people starting to join us down in the comments. If you want to see your comment on screen, make sure that you comment from the Shirtless Mike page or my YouTube Team Shirtless Mike, and I'll put your message, your comment, and up on screen right here, and all that good stuff. So tonight we got an awesome guest. We got Mike Pannini, aka the Shark. If you don't know who he is, you're gonna know who he is because he is an absolute hip hop legend on the underground scene. He's worked with a lot of major people and very humble guy. And yeah, so just so you don't think I'm, messing with you or whatever, he actually, came up with a special, did a little verse exclusively for Herf Zone Live. So I'm going to go ahead and play that. And before we bring on a guest. All right. So check this out real quick.
Shout out to Shirtless Mike out in Cocoa Beach, Florida. He got that podcast June 21st. Give him a follow. Yeah. For them cigar lounge dawns, this that smoke ring 72 flow. For concrete mob dawns, getting new dough. Check the vibe. Las Vegas to VA. Shout out to Tommy and AZ. Yeah. All the way to Florida. The Shark, Freak Beats, Pleasant Ave Apparel, who got bars in their verses tight. That stop your forward momentum and reverse your flight. Cameras on rolling when I work this mic. Burn more oil on the Cali trips and service lights. If I want to talk shit, I earn the right. Next thing, I'm out in Cocoa Beach with Shirtless Mike, puffing a Cubano like a virgin's tight. And I sure ain't getting fucked when I purchase white. You strapped up, rested, invested. You get your jaw tapped when you mess with investments. Here's what you call a threatening message. I learned a lot from valuable questions. A good listener's gonna learn, even got him confessing. Tell me more, tell me more. He told me about the cash and the stash in the floor. My soldiers hammered up, got him blasting the floor. But you ain't man enough to come and blast through the door. Sports coats and tassels, I walk the apple. I ain't talking to you, I'm talking at you. Florida tan, Tropicante underhand. Feed you to the sharks for 100 grand. Bury you like clams on the half shell, understand. East coast, up north, down south, Key West. Hopping walls at the estate, leaving Montana keyless. He got set up by a fine girl named Venus. She had the new Benz EQS that's keyless. Put her to work and had her cooking and cleaning. Gave her everything she wants, banquets in the evening. I was doing double time for convenience. The guy who got a pilot bring it to you. Escobar on a Legion.
All right, not to cut him off, but if you want to hear the rest, you got to go to my Instagram after the show, and I got the whole video up there. And also make sure you give him a follow to the Shark. I think it's _BX. So from the Hustler Universe Podcast Network Green Room, where you'll find the Cigar Hustlers podcast and the Chet and Palmer Shit Show. Welcome to Herf Zone Live, the Shark from Morris Park. What's up, brother? How you doing tonight?
What's good, Shirtless Mike? Thank you for having me down, man. You know, we've been connecting for the last 2 weeks. You got me writing all these flows, man. As you can see, if you go on my wall, I just made a bunch of flows to my friend's beats. This guy, Who You Freak Beats, my man, Who You Freak Beats out in VA. And I just been writing flows. People spit, you know what I'm saying? I'll play this one. And then you like that one that you got on your page, and that was one of my favorite ones that Freak made. So we got a little thing going. I want to thank you, for putting in that work with me. But yeah, man, what's going on in Cocoa Beach, man?
Man, everything is good, man. I'm actually, you shout out Cocoa Beach, so that's where everybody remembers, where I'm from, because I actually live in Melbourne, so a lot of times people would be like, "Oh yeah, he's over there in Cocoa Beach," because people never heard of Melbourne, they never heard of, the surrounding areas, so we just say Cocoa Beach because You know, like when all the rappers they come to Cocoa, which is like a completely different part of Brevard County, and Cocoa is like the hood. That's one of the areas where I grew up at, but it's different than Cocoa Beach. And then so they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm coming to Cocoa Beach." So, but everything's been good, man. It's been a good day, and hopefully, it's been a good day for you as well. Can you hear me? Okay, still?
Yeah, man. How's the weather? What's Merritt Island? Ain't
Yeah,
that
yeah,
over there or something?
Yeah, Merritt Island is where I work at.
I lost you for a second, man. What's good?
Yeah, Merritt Island's where I work at. That's where Smoke Ring 72 is.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So right now you at the shop, right?
No, no,
You
I'm
got
at
the studio
home.
there, Smoke Ring 72, Cigar World.
Yeah, I'm at home
Oh,
right
okay,
now.
okay.
I
I
get off of
got you.
work
I
at
see.
5, so yeah, before we get into
Yeah.
it
So you
seems like
been?
the connection. What's that, brother?
Are we good?
Yeah, so there
Now you all right?
yeah, it's your internet. It's messing up. Try to leave this
Okay.
studio and then come back in and see if that helps.
Uh,
All right, sorry for the tech issues. We're gonna see if we can get that worked with or whatever. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're trying to get this interview underway. It seems like last week we had tech issues. All right, let's see. He's down here.
hey, we back, man.
Okay, yeah, I hear you better now. You hear me better?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what it
It's
is.
all
So we'll,
good,
we'll
man.
just get
What's up?
we'll get started with the interview.
Anybody following? Okay, okay. I just want to say anybody following or out there on the check-in coming from
Oh
my
yeah,
area, BX, Borough, or wherever you from, man. It's all love. I got you, man. Shout out to Big Will. You know what I'm saying? My
yeah,
man,
man.
Bravo Ragazzi, man, Monumento, the boss from Belgium. He, my man Frank G, that plugged us in, man. We got that video I sent you. That song's coming soon, man. We got this Bravi Ragazzi. All right, salute to him, man, overseas.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. We're gonna get into all that. So I want to get into, your story, because there's not like a lot, like a recorded interview. I know you've done a lot of interviews in the past, but like nothing modern. So I wanted to get that on here for you. So you were born in Harlem, but then moved to Morris Park in the
No,
Bronx, New York.
I was not born in Harlem. I was born in the BX. My dad comes from Harlem, and my granddad.
Yeah, yeah, most definitely. So tell us about your upbringing and what your family life was like growing up.
Well, you know, um, my dad was a hardworking street man. Um, if you follow his credentials, he set his own legacy, which I learned a lot from and followed, and based around coming from, you know, respect and culture and the street game and seeing, the ups and downs and trial error and consequences of the street for people that didn't have it easy. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, back in the days, it was all part of culture with the music, going through hard times, being a B-boy, that's where, you got out of getting away from the corner or something and got music and people start DJing, rapping, coming together. And I followed all that. And it was the same culture, you know, growing up the B-boy era and graffiti and all that, which led me towards music and, the style, the way you dressed and all that stuff. And a lot of the street, and possible being close to the streets, man. You learn a lot, and that's where you get your backbone and your heart. to go into the to the music like that. So that's what got me into it, man.
Yeah. Now, do you remember the very moment you heard someone rap and you fell in love with hip hop? What made you want to start rapping?
So I was following hip hop since like people was rocking again SP 1200 technique. It was Chuck out on the radio, on like school nights and shit. Mr. Magic was around, and you know into like the Funk Master Flash days, K Slay, rest in peace, K Slay, all that hip hop. The first people that I heard, but to make me want to rap, I would say would be like Rakim, Public Enemy, to Biggie Smoke, the Wu-Tang Clan to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? When I heard Raekwon and Ghostface, and stuff they were talking about, my hair started to stand up, and that was an era of people telling their hard time story from the streets that made me say, maybe I can tell my story, and that was the era I started rapping also.
Yeah, most
So those were
definitely.
some of my favorite. Nas also too. Fat
Most
Joe, Fat Joe, Armageddon. These are a lot of my favorite rappers. Terror Squad. Growing up in them days.
most definitely, bro. So how did you get the name the Shark?
The Shark. Growing up by the water. Over in the Bronx. I had like a white leather, so it was like a great white shark. Coming from out the waters. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
we close to the island, on the other side of the sound under the bridges.
Okay. Now you
Hawk who goes there, shark, you coming down the wrong block. Hawk who goes there, who be the shark.
yeah, most definitely. You keep breaking up, so I'm trying to listen to see when you're done talking, and apparently we can still understand each other. But uh, your debut single was called Italiano. You talk a lot about mafia related things. What made you decide to incorporate mafia related subject matter in your music?
So it all goes back to like the first stuff I was getting into was making soundtracks for movies related to Louis Lombardi, who was successful to where I grew up. That had me like do a song in the studio, and friend made the beat and recorded me, and that was the first song I made in the studio, and it was going to be in this independent film. So I always wanted to get my like street movie stuff like that, and I guess growing up with my dad and his life and everything and his legacy, it was Italian culture that I learned a lot from to go with that. That would make it easy for me to write stories.
Yeah, most definitely. And overall, you released like a total of let me make sure I get this right. If I get anything wrong, correct me when I'm done with the whole thing. But you released a total of five 12-inch vinyl records along with some albums. I didn't find like a chronological album list online when researching, but give us a snapshot of all your personal solo albums you've released in the last 26 years.
And we go back from Italiano, right? So that was what Rated R from Fat Joe. Then I started working with Armageddon, who was with Fat Joe, because they were from the BX, and Joe plugged me. So we did a single with "Forget About It" on it, which Fat Joe jumped on and said on the end of the song, Armageddon produced it, and I had like another song on there, two other songs. "What's It All About" was on there, and a song with my grandmother. So that was a single that got around the streets. We gave that out vinyl, put it in record pools. We was giving Italiano out. Then from there, I did a lot of songs with Armageddon and stuff. Learned a lot about the music game. But after that, I was on my own. Putting up stickers. I had a promotional van. I made this song called Gold Tinted Glasses with a producer, AL, who made a lot of music with me in the past. There was a song called It's Over. So this vinyl called It's Over went out to Europe. It had a song called Heavy Hitters, and it got a lot of reps. with Ogden Ninja and this guy Patrick Hesse in Germany. So Mass Vinyls was all over the place because we was giving them out and putting tapes, CDs everywhere. You know, I be pulling up at like Burkina on Houston, dropping it to Harlem Cut. You know, there was places on Castle Hill, the music shop over there. There's just a lot of places, man, on and on, man. That you know that's how you had to run your music independently by dropping it to DJs, pulling up on them, giving them vinyl. So as far as my music history after Gold Tinted Glasses, I had made another album called Tommy's Son to another guy from Fat Joe called LV from Harlem. So LV got me a song with Remy Martin at that time, and then I got my CD to K Slay. We hooked up, you know, through a small world from Harlem, and Slay was real, man. So that's why I went to Slay because he was one of the realest street days, you know, DJs, and I plugged in that, and then I made that song Salute, and we made another single on vinyl, Salute, with a song from Buck Wild called Fake Rap Gangsters. And then there was another song called You're Mine, done Buck Wild. Buck Wild's the producer who made Like Whoa with Black Rob.
Yeah.
So from there, I had that vinyl out. Before that, I had a vinyl out called Angel with a Dirty Face, that album. Funkmaster Flex played one of the songs. Funkmaster Flex had played one of the songs on the radio one night, just on his show, and I gave that album out a lot of places. You know, it was before Tommy's Son. Angel with a Dirty Face, the album promotion was in the Source magazine, the page, you know, so you could go back to that era in time and find the way I was promoting that. You know, like I said, I had a van, and then I got into putting out my own mixtapes, you know, giving them everywhere. We had Deep Waters, hosted by K Slay, because now I was rocking with, you know, Slay.
Yeah.
Deep Waters had a song with Black Rob. It had Salute, because I got a song with Black Rob also. And then I started working with Pappose. You know, I did a song with Pappose from my producer, Frank G. It's called The Fishes. And mainly, we got this song called Midnight Express, me and Pappose. And it was produced by DJ Luciano. Those songs are out. And you can find like a lot of my songs on my YouTube channel. So I have a YouTube channel, Shark, you know, and Gary out in Denver. You know, he helped me with all that and he holds it down. So basically, I got a lot of on there and history right there. So I try to send fans there and to the IG page. You know, if you go way back on the IG page, you follow the trail of a lot of radio posts and you know, just songs and links to things from the past. You know, even through K Slay. K Slay was the heart of my circulation. You know, through this whole era of that time. You know.
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely. So, you know, hooking up with K Slay and everything, he just was your biggest way of you know, the connection that you had and everything. And what was it like being in a studio session like back in the day with DJ K Slay? Because this man this man would put together, like hot collabs with different artists and everything. Like, what was that like vibe like in the studio back then?
You know, there is footage on my there's a YouTube post called the Sharkamentary, right? So
I saw that.
you can
Yeah.
see, you can see Slay in the studio on the microphone, you know, and he just handles business. There's a scene there, and there's another one in the Wu-Tang studio, and he's you know, he's saying he's the hope for the streets because I was thanking him because there wasn't a lot of DJs that were gonna go the length and plug me in that era, you know, with Believe in Me like he did. So I got some footage there, but yeah, man, he was very influential, and being around him, like he was like the most classic DJ B-boy legend. The way he dressed and everything, he was immaculately articulate with style. You know what I'm saying? That's the drama king right there. You know, he would throw gunshots to my songs. You know, when he play your song on the radio and shout you out, and you hear that machine guns go off.
Yeah.
You know, you feel because he's feeling one of your lines at the moment. As it passes, he lets the guns off, and that felt great as an independent artist when you hear your song on the radio being shouted out by K Slay. That was the biggest DJ that I worked with and got on the radio as much as possible. Besides when I started with like Big Dennis Home Jams, the Home Jam show, and a couple of other DJs that I plugged in with, like DJ J Love. He's like a real street DJ that put out the Shark Saga. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I got my own saga. The Shark Saga, and that was another project. Besides another mixtape that K Slay hosted, the Glasses. So I had family, friends, helping me run around with the CDs. Did a lot of promoting. Shout out to SPR, you know what I'm saying? Vinci. Yeah, I like to shout out my man Solis and G Fella, man, because like the Italian hip hop movement. After all them songs I did with all them artists, Cool G Rap. There's a lot of Joe Buttons, man. You see the list of songs of people that I do stuff with, man.
Oh yeah.
And we'll we'll get into some more Ghostface Killer. So I did stuff with friends like Solis, G Fella, this Vinny Stucats. Started the Italian hip hop movement together, and I like to give a shout out to my man Tommy in AZ, Arizona. He's a big part of the Italian hip hop movement, Boca Dom. So we was getting our stuff around. We did a lot of songs with people, kids, and help each other elevate. That song Andiamo with Solis and
that's my song right there. That's my song right there.
Yeah, and Solis is in this movie right now called Bully, and it's out. It's on like Prime and that other Amazon, so people could see that. And he put a snippet in my song. And actually, his birthday's coming up, so I'm giving him a shout out if he hears this one. We even if you don't hear it, happy birthday to Solis, June 24th, 26th, 25th. You got the party over there at the nightclub because he's a club entrepreneur, and just wanted to shout him out. So after that Italian hip hop movement stuff, Shark had all this music and stuff. Time went by. My man Frank. There's a guy G that my man y'all plugged in, another Italian rapper. We got that song Boss Talk. So there's just another the video I sent you. There's a guy Demo. He's another guy, and there's that song Filthy Money. So hear that, and we're gonna get that song out there. And you got that. I got that song right now on my page with Big Nems and with Jojo Pellegrino, who I've done a lot of songs with. So that song's hot, man. You heard the beat, so people got to hear that. And G Fella had that G thing. So he's been, he's been in the game. So these are friends of mine, people I worked with, man. But besides that, man, you're an aficionado yourself, man. And we in the industry working it. Sometimes the industry has its ups, downs, and benefits, but we rolling with the punches, man.
Absolutely. Now, we'll talk about this, and I got another topic after that. But, in your video, go ahead.
You see that song with Benny the Butcher. Out worked hard for this with that guy Ballistic Man, produced by Fraction.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Even with Nems, Ballistic Man, G Casino. That's a song right there. So we got a lot of work out, man. If you go on Apple Music, and that's KFMG. Shout out to them, man. And that's my fam. And these are some people that wanted to show some love to. And you could go check that music, in some of those videos. So sorry to cut you off, man. What was you gonna say?
Oh yeah, so
Flawless Victory. That was that's the song.
I got a couple topics, so I'm gonna start with this. You mentioned the Italian hip hop movement. Like, how did you guys all come together? Because that's how I heard of you. That's how I heard I heard of G Fella first, and I was like, I was like, where was this when I was a teenager? Because I'm Irish and Italian, so I always had that Italian pride. That's how I'm Italian. But like, how did you guys all come together and meet and like form the Italian hip hop movement? Because there's also some international guys too, right?
Yeah, so the base of it was like my own music was done, and then like there's G Fella who was doing his thing regardless, all the music he made from back in the days and stuff. And then there's Solis who I brought up.
Yeah.
And Solis plugged in, with all those people and put together all that, the beginning of all that with Stuckats, G Fella, and then I also came back around. That's when I started working with the Italian hip hop movement. But really, Solis and Stuckats started that, and they plugged in with a lot of people in other countries. Solis made that song, had like "Who the fuck are you?" other people and stuff like that. And yeah, we got a lot of songs. That's us three. Besides that, besides all that, man, we've got Andiamo, that's Mob. Those are some of our songs right there. We got a new one out called Gangster. So you could always find that music. We even got one with Fraction Fraction Music FMG. It's another song out there right now with us, probably on Apple Music. You'll find that one. So we got some bangers coming. There's a new song with this guy Block Forever. So I'm looking forward to hearing some of these songs that the big three got me, and me, Solis, and G Fella going back to the Italian hip hop movement, stuff.
Yeah.
But besides all that, man, I got a lot of music on the side and stuff, and I got just all my music that you could find, music waiting, So I mean, I've been doing some work with that new producer, Who You Freak Beats. He's out in VA,
Yeah.
and we've been practicing, man, right from the table. Just keeping our blades sharp, and gotta keep your hands ready, because at any time you could just write, gotta write and come up with something fast or whatever, and just keep going, man. So that's what I do. That's how I do it. Sometimes I do some raw stuff like that. It ain't always gotta be all professional shit behind the scenes or whatever. But that's what I do.
Most definitely. And before we go any further, I do have to shout out my sponsor because we're kind of at the halfway point of the show. So, Herf Zone Live is sponsored by Nomos Cigars, rated 91 in Cigars and Spirits magazine. Nomos is a full body 6x56 cigar that features a rich, full flavor accomplished with our high quality construction and exclusive aging process. Once the fine cigar is born, it immediately begins our exclusive Nomos Aging Process, NAP. While each cigar naps, it continues to develop its unique aroma and flavor that sets itself apart from any other cigar the world over. It is a delicious medium smoke resulting from the finely aged Cameroon wrapper and blend of 8-year-old seco Dominican filler and 5-year-old Nicaragua criollo filler. The Indonesian Sumatran binder finishes the cigar ingredients with the finest quality tobacco available. This exclusive blend provides a beautiful smoke right down to the last nub. Check out nomoscigars.com for info on where to find retailers that carry Nomos cigars. Orders also available on their website. Also follow them on Instagram at Nomos Cigars. So, uh, I'm gonna get into the next topic here. So, in a lot of your videos, that's part of the you smoke cigars. You said you're not like an avid cigar smoker, but in the videos, I see you guys, smoking cigars. Like, what do you typically like to smoke whenever you have the time to sit down or enjoy a cigar?
It would have to be on like a good night after like a dinner and having like a cognac or something. You have a cigar, but I don't smoke cigars all the time, especially definitely for the videos and stuff. But my friend always had these cigars might have not been the best, but those Monte Cristo. That's why I said, them hand rolled Monte Cristos, Cohiba, that one with the yellow wrapper. We had a friend that had like a New York cigar, but you told me about the Fuente,
Yeah.
that cigar. Them there were these torpedoes, man. But whatever I came across from friends, like I said, man, they was even smoking these ones called the Noblies, man, and guys
Yeah.
playing cards. That
Yep.
those cigars terrible, but yeah, the
Yeah.
stuff you talking about. So that's why, man, must have a sick humidor going over there and a variety pack.
Oh yeah, man, we got it all. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to. I was thinking about doing sending you like a little care package prior to the show, but I'll definitely send you something to, different cigars that I like or whatever. And I got some limited edition stickers. If you, I don't know if you have anywhere that you like to put stickers or whatever, but straight out of the Herf zone is shirtless lives matter because I got famous just off of being shirtless. So in the cigar world.
Yeah, my man, you walk through clubs, they invite you place, wherever you go, and just that's that shirtless Mike right there. You know what I'm saying? When they
Yep.
see you at the tiki bar, they know you right there, and they
If I'm
smell you with the
shirtless,
cigar. So
exactly, and I'm
that's
always
your
shirtless.
trademark.
Yeah, that's how people know me. I'm and prior to me being known in the cigar world, I was known locally. Like I would be like in a primarily black club, the only white dude in the all black club. I'd be shirtless up on stage, smoking a cigar, drunk off my ass and all that. But outside of music though, you were also a boxer, right?
Uh, yeah, man, I did the Golden Gloves. There's a video on my YouTube page, and I used to train with the Mars Park Boxing Gym with Lou Del Val, Honey Boy, who fought Virgil Hill. Um, what's it called? Another. He was a heavyweight boxer, and he taught me some stuff back then. And fighting the Golden Gloves, I always had that ringside boxing equipment in the garage, and friends had the water bed in the mitts. So we always worked out doing boxing and stuff. Besides, when you were into working out and everything, as and staying in shape, when it was good, it's good. Sometimes I hit the bag when I can and everything and keep it going, but not like that. But yep.
Yeah, yeah. I have a cousin from Geneva, New York. My cousin, it's been a long time since he was like a boxer in the '70s and '80s, Rocky Frado, and he was friends with Marvelous. I forgot his real name. Yeah, he used to spar
Marvelous
with
Hazard.
Marvel. Yeah, back in the day.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah, there was an article about him in the Finger Lake Times and all that. So he came to Geneva back then, and they used to spar together. They were good friends.
Oh, all right. That's what's up, man. Yeah, man. I followed all the fighters, bro. From that era up to now. Mayweather. Mayweather's right out here. Las Vegas. You got a lot of all the fight game and everything. So I see a lot of it, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Have you ever met any big time fighters? Just like being out and about or whatever? Because Italians always got a guy.
Hey, I ran into my cousin knew Mike Tyson, met him, and when the Resort World opened, my man Mikey Suntan out in Florida. So he's out there now, but yeah, he introduced me to Mike Tyson at this hotel resort not too long ago. But really, I met this fighter, man, the guy who had the weights in his gloves that got banned from boxing. He was out of the Mars Park gym, Lou Rezzo. There's like a documentary on him. Those are the fighters that I met, you know, in person and stuff.
Most
Whether
definitely.
in a club, I met him once, but that's about it, man. One of my friends is a boxer that I work with and stuff. So sometimes we work out, but that's about it, man. I just started working out again like that, man. All right.
Yeah, I saw that video on your Instagram page where you were doing a push up. You would get up, hit the bag a few times, drop again, and that shit looked intense.
Yeah, the burpees, that's what's up. Those are intense, man. You get in shape fast doing those. So you try to incorporate that in your workout. Anything for cardio besides that, pull ups, jump rope, and hitting the bag, doing rounds and sprints or whatever. I'm running.
Yeah, most definitely. Now,
Well,
we talked a little bit about your history and stuff, in the past, stuff that you did and everything, and um, I forgot that I should have wrote down the name of the label. You've already said it a couple times, but you're currently on an independent label now, correct?
Independent label. Well, I always have my own independent labels or whatever labels. So I'm my own entity, no matter what. I have music with like KFMG, other music
Yeah,
under
that's what I was
Shark.
referring to, KMFG, because I see, so you're your
That's
own
my
separate entity then.
yeah, that's my right there. We got a lot of music out going back. You can follow the trail of the music we've been putting out, and that was a new launch about two almost 2.5 years ago. Um, you can see some of the albums we put out. We got some of the songs on Apple Music, but Customado artists, that song with Benny the Butcher, Flawless Victory, some of my solo songs and projects with other people. But that's where you'll find all the music with KFMG.
Absolutely. Now, out of all your albums you release, what album has the most special place in your heart? I know it's all your baby, but like, is there any particular album or even record that just has that one special place in your heart?
Uh, I would just say the song "Salute," just from that era, when I was making music, just the way it went down and how smooth everything went, and the way the record came, and where we made it, where we recorded it downtown at the Cutting Room, down in the village. At Raekwon came late, we all met up, ate there. We had good friends there, so that was a great experience. And then being at the Wu-Tang studio with Ghostface. So those songs, because like I said, Wu was probably my favorite artist was Raekwon and Ghostface. So doing songs with them after those being my favorite artists, and like into Ray before like he knew me as a rapper, he would see me at his shows and stuff. And then when I finally met him to do a song, he was like, "Wow, man, you wasn't talking BS," because I didn't want to flood his ear with BS until it was time to make the music. But we made it happen. So that was a great experience doing songs with my two favorite rappers right there.
Most definitely. Now, is there anything else that you wanted to bring up? Because through all my research, we covered a lot in a short amount of time. But I want to give you like the next few minutes before we end the show to shout, anything else you want to talk about, that's on your heart, on your mind, whatever.
Man, rest in peace to K Slay. Recently hip hop lost him. To me,
Yep.
that was the biggest part of hip hop. I want to shout out Geneva Barrel because that's from that neighborhood where Patsy's Pizza is. Over there, First Ave. I want to shout out, man, my man Gary, all the people that support us. Anybody plugging in? Shout out to John Capo, my man Frank Guccione, man. He produced my song with Mano. We got a song Snake Eyes. There's a guy, the Lucky Boss, out in Pennsylvania, man. He always be supporting me. My man Carlos. Just anybody that been showing me love, shouting you out. If you hear this, it's all love, man. Shout out to family over everything. Joe Fam on IG. If you want to find my music and plugins, follow the IG and the stories. Um, that's and my YouTube channel, and then there's a lot of stuff out there on Google, Spotify, Apple Music. For the fam, volume 1, 2, 3, you'll find a lot of my music, and a lot of it'll be back. And I got a lot more music, one way or another. I got to shout out a guy Confucius from Jersey, man. We got a banger. You know, yeah. Go check out Gold Tinted Glasses, man. This is the Shark Gold Tinted Glasses. What up, Big Will? Henry Ice. Okay,
Heck
Big
yeah,
Ev.
that's definitely a classic there. I don't have any gold tinted glasses, but I need to. I was looking online for
You
some.
know those those Kazals, man. You gotta get them to Dallas, man. They got the legends.
Yeah, for sure. Well, man, I appreciate you for coming on the show. I- you keep breaking up, but the show still went on, and you got your message out there. I'm gonna have you on again sometime in the future, and hopefully we could get a better device or connection or whatever. But man, I appreciate you. For anybody out there that's watching for the first time, make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube and all that. You can follow me on Facebook. All that's right there on the
Hey
screen.
man, I
So,
shout out. Can I shout out the Sorrento posse, the Don Leon's brothers?
oh, for sure.
This is the Shark. Yeah, man, this is the Shark 86, man. My new movement is the 86. 80 miles out, 6 feet deep. 80 miles out, 6 feet deep. You heard? So stay tuned, man. A lot coming, man. I want to thank who you, all my producers, Frank Guccione, Vin, my man SP, all everybody that rolled with me, everybody shout out. I didn't shout you out. You know how it got a lot to remember. Thank you, Shirtless Mike, man, and the Cocoa Beach area. If you hear this, and you never know when I'll be down there for a show or something. We gonna talk, Mike.
Yeah, for sure, bro. All right. So yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and we got a good show coming up next week. Next week we got Pedro from Drew Estate, so you're not gonna want to miss out on that. And I'll let you know when we're not live, so we can talk that real shit. One moment.